Hi everyone, it's Nancy and I'm here with my May Fauxbonichi Flip. As you can see, I'm still using my Miguel Ruiz book. Look at how fat it's getting. I can't even put a cover around this. I mean, whatever. So I just leave it like this. What the heck? You know, it doesn't look very pretty. It kind of looks like it's mangled and the poor spine. I don't know if you can see that. Look at that spine. Oh, man. And so it doesn't even fit. I don't put a lot of stuff in here, but I guess it's enough. And then plus when I was shoving into the different covers that I had for it, my granddaughter decorated this for me. And some of the stickers are coming off. And then I got a pen loop from Hobonichi in one of my things, and it fits a Prismacolor or a Micron pen very easily and keeps it in there. So I'll try not to have tears with this one, everyone. But you're going to see a lot of pages where I've had tears. Friday, May 1st. Having a hard time sleeping. I used to get up in the middle of the night and go check on Bob. And when I would do that, it was no big deal. I'd go to the bathroom, go back to bed, and I'd go right back to sleep, you know. If he dropped the remote or if he needed an extra blanket. And ever since, so I've been doing that for probably about a year. And so I've got a habit going. And then when right after he first passed away, I'd get up and then I would relive the last week of his life. And so then I couldn't really go back to sleep. So, and I try not to sit there and dwell on things. So then I was getting up and doing stuff. So here I stayed up until 4 a.m. I was playing with my Copics. I put Copics are fun. So, you know, to try to get my mind off of things. I did my work during the day on Friday. Went to the grocery store. I dropped some stuff off at Goodwill, and I got my plein air bag together because I joined a plein air painting group that I wanted to do online. So it's called the Water's Edge Artists, and it was our first paint out of 2015. And I was really excited because I used to hang out with some of these people way back when. And so I had a wonderful day. We painted at the zoo. I didn't see anybody that I knew, but I met a new friend and got her phone number and had a great day. Just a wonderful day. I couldn't have asked for anything. I just felt great. May 2nd, you know, a little over a month. And then when I got in the car, I tried to, the radio in our car is really crappy. So I wanted to listen to music, and I thought, well, I'll put on my iPod, and I got it fixed up with the Bluetooth, which was no easy feat for me. And so then I was listening to Barry on the way home, and then I started crying and crying and crying and crying. And I don't even know how I got home that day. Don't even know. So Barry's was put up. Can't listen to him because, you know, number 3 things I thought I would never do. Not be able to listen to Barry Manilow. Never thought I would ever say that. So Sunday, hung around here. It was full moon. It's called the flower moon for May, or the budding moon. I thought that was just beautiful. And I went down to the lake and painted a little scene. And then I found some name tags that we had, so I stuck them in here because I can't throw anything away now. Monday, back to work, lots to do. This is where I feel the most normal, is at my job. I have to make sure I'm eating. Since the Bob's death, I haven't had an appetite at all, so it's really not very hard to stay within my points. But I have to make sure that I do eat, 3 meals a day. Otherwise, your body is going to go into fat saving mode, and God only knows I have enough of that saved. My passport came today, and I worked in Bob's bird book, and I talked to Patty, his sister-in-law, and she made me smile talking about memories of things that I didn't know about. Working hard, still trying to get caught up. My son called from Dubai, and I am trying to focus on having a good time in Toronto for his wedding. So it's getting closer. So it's really not. It's fun to make all those plans and things. And then even though me and Bob didn't sleep together after he broke his neck, I still feel that I need to be close to him. So I got his pillowcase and put it on my pillow and hugged that all night. And I watched GH. What a surprise! And I'm just not hungry. Got 15 points left for the day. Just not hungry. But I figure, hey, I'm not exercising that much, so I think that those points are for a person that does do a normal amount of walking. Really worked hard on getting caught up. I finished the turkey banquet financial things, and I just have this feeling like I'm waiting for Bob to come home, and just waiting and waiting. I did walk around our turnaround twice. I can't do that every day. But I'm looking forward to the days that I will be able to walk further. Still working on accounting, and then when my head goes to bad places, I have my puffs right next to me. Took off the air conditioner covers. I took a nap because I was again up until 4 a.m. And I said, it's so hard without you, Bob. Friday the 8th, still more spreadsheets, and I went to town, and when I came home, the sun was setting behind a beautiful, beautiful scene with a farm and trees, and I would have loved to paint that. And so then I just started talking to Bob in the car, just like I do all other years, and that kind of helped. I'm just nuts. No internet tonight for some reason, who knows what. I've been practicing my violin. I wanted to learn. Bob wants to be scattered, his ashes to be scattered down in Lake Michigan, and I wanted to learn Somewhere Over the Rainbow by heart, and so I was rocking it that day. And I felt real good about my progress on that song, and trying to get organized at work. And then I actually worked. It's Mother's Day weekend, so in the past, what we always used to do for Mother's Day weekend is go painting, and then Bob would take pictures of things and tootle around and everything. So I wanted to keep that part of Mother's Day together. And so Sunday was supposed to be raining all day and crappy out, so I went down to the lake and painted the flowering trees and everything. So I wanted to keep that Mother's Day tradition. So I wouldn't, and then the next day was really, really bad. It was only 55 and 45. I had to turn on the heat. Everybody was, having fun with their Mother's Day, doing this and doing that, and I was up here by myself. So instead of moping around all day, I decided to catch up on work. So that was a really good thing for me to do. And usually I don't like working a lot of overtime. I would rather spend my time painting, but I think that I I did a good thing there because I got a big chunk of work done, and I didn't mope and I didn't cry, and I worked 10 hours. So, and then the reason why we started doing the painting thing is that Bob knew when I moved away from my family that I would be missing my mom on Mother's Day, so he always took me out and we went painting someplace. And in the earlier years, he would fish and take pictures and stuff. And in the later years, he would sit there and read, or we would just talk. But I want to always keep that tradition going. Boy, this month is going to be a long thing, a long video. I've played my song from memory, yay! So it was cold, and I lost 2.2 pounds this week, and I had soup and a salad and watched GH. Why do I even put that in there? I don't know. It was very, very cold, 38. It's supposed to be cold again tonight, so I was covered up in a blanket, and then I wrote Bob a poem to read at his scattering of his ashes, and then I got my necklace, which has his fingerprint on it, and then R on it, and it's very beautiful. And I've got, I don't know if I could, no, I can't show it to you without, really messing around with the camera. I was cleaning before my trip down to Milwaukee, and I practiced my song. Wednesday, May 13th, I packed up all the stuff. I packed up Bob, and I bought myself a little urn from Amazon of all places, and I put a little bit of his dust in this little urn, and I'm calling it that I'm keeping his heart because he always said that that was mine. So I got my violin, packed my stuff, everything I needed. I brought some stuff for Danielle. I gave Bob's movies to a friend of ours because he loves the same movies that Bob did, and he might as well have them. They're Manly Men movies. Dirty doesn't. I kept John Wayne, The Quiet Man, though. Bob's straws, he always had to drink out of with a straw, so I had like 5 packs of them. Because I always would stock up in the summertime so that we wouldn't have to worry about not having them in the winter, because no stores sell straws in the winter, at least not up here. I gave Danielle my barbecue tools because I gave her my grill. Driving home with Bobbert in the car, and I was really, really nervous that I was going to have to drive all the way down to Milwaukee and I wasn't going to be able to deal with it. And I just started talking to him again, and that helped me, and I went down there fine, got myself some coffee, and on the way, and ate out at a place that had a strawberry salad, and oh my goodness, was that good. And I got a bird charm to go with my, I've got a little thumbprint of my mother's too. So I've got a bird charm, and then my mother's, which is a smaller one, and then Bob's. And then I also have a shamrock on there. I'm going to show it to you anyway. Oh boy, no I'm not. I just dropped it all over the floor. Oh well, I will show it to you another day. Got one of them. This is my mother's. I don't know how good you can see that. That's my mom's. Everything else dropped on the floor. Bird charm. I got a sea glass thing. I went crazy shopping. When I went down to my sister's house, she let me stay with her, and she had a candle for a tree planting ceremony for my mom. And then she also gave me some Dave Matthews wine named Crush for his song. So that was very nice. That was on my nightstand, both of those things, when I got down there. On Friday, we were watching the Mad Men marathon for a little while, and had fruit and yogurt and Starbucks coffee. She made some, and I got a chance to see my little great nephew. We had our pedicure. I haven't done that in years. So I do not have gorilla feet anymore, and they look very nice in my sandals. Saturday was the scattering, and it was just the most beautiful thing. And I really glad that I did it. It was his birthday. It's beginning of fishing season. It was his favorite fishing spot, and the kids saying happy birthday to him. They just would. Danielle got in the habit of, as soon as Kenyon, the first grandchild, could sing, she would call up Bob, and then for my birthday too, and put it on our answering machine so we could save that and replay it over and over again. So first it was him, and then all of a sudden there was two, and then there were three of them, and so she bought balloons so that they could each put the balloons away of green and gold for the Packers and also for hunting that he loved to do. And I was able to play my song and read my poem, and it was just beautiful. Sunday, my other sister invited me out to her house. I ate ribs and smoked sausages, and we went to an organic store, and I bought a bunch of stuff to bring home. And my niece made an apple cake, and then I drove home from there. So we had it was an early lunch, and I left about 3:30. So it took 4 hours to get home, and I was pretty pooped, but I talked to Bob the whole way and just kept on talking, and I was fine. Monday, it was pretty sad because I was missing all my family. I had such a wonderful time and was spoiled and loved. It was just so full of love. Oh, and on Saturday too, after the scattering, I went to my daughter's, and her boyfriend made fried chicken and greens and cornbread. Oh, it was so good. I ate really well that week, I tell you. That weekend. But I didn't gain any weight, yay, because I was real short, before that. So I didn't gain anything, but I didn't lose anything. Talked to people about the scattering of his ashes, and I was missing my family, so lots of crying that day. So I just tried to, keep myself busy after work. Took things to the recycle. Swept up the porch, watched GH, ate leftovers that were sent home, practiced my piano. Next day I'm trying to keep my mind on work. It's not working. Memories and tears. I'm just missing him so much, missing my family so much now too. My old boss took me out to eat. So that was really nice, and we talked all about, all the things that me and Bob used to do, and it was a lot of fun. My grandson got in trouble, so bye-bye tablet for him. Talked to Bob's brother and sister-in-law, and about old times and everything. I started putting my feeders back out again because I didn't want to do that if I was going to be gone because of the bears. We have lots of bears up here. And another tearful day. And then I was working on catching up on my Fauxbonichi because I couldn't do it when I was down in Milwaukee. It's just too much stuff to do. And a lot of chipmunks are eating the seeds. I went to bed at 8 o'clock that night. I'm still having problems. Just this weekend, I have been able to sleep all night long, just for the last 2 days. So that's why I'm probably in such a more cheerful mood than usual. They went and bought plants. The guys went and bought plants, so I have beautiful fuchsia in the office. And I thought the bluebird house, I didn't get a chance to clean it out because it should have been cleaned like the week that I was with Bob in the hospital, because the bluebirds were trying to move in as soon as I got home, and I just couldn't deal with anything. So I left it all in there, and I thought chickadees were in there, but it's not. It's not. I think it's a barn swallow, but I'm really not sure anymore. I've got to figure it out. Get my bird book out. Here. Oh, everybody started coming for the Memorial Day meetings, and it was nice to see, people coming and hugging me all day long, and it was nice to, catch up with everything. And I got a couple of new books in the mail, ate a big bowl of fruit salad with yogurt, that was good, and I took a nap after lunch, after dinner, after work, probably why then. Yeah, I took a 2.5-hour nap, so guess what I was doing on Friday night? At 3 in the morning, I was playing the piano at 3 o'clock in the morning with a glass of wine. And I had to be at the meetings because they have their shareholder meetings and take notes at 7:30 in the morning, and then there's the directors meeting is at 7:30, and the shareholders meeting is at 11. So it's notes, 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 notes. So when I came home, I took a nap, and I was afraid to open up my book because I thought it was going to be a bunch of doodles in there, like in my Fauxbonichi, but there wasn't. It was okay, but that's what I was doing. 2 a.m. piano bar, drinking a glass of that crushed wine. And then, that was the night before. And then I watched Back to the Future. That was a good movie, and they don't make those anymore. Sunday was an errand running day. I got all my plants to plant. I was down 2 more pounds, so that's 17 in 2 months. And I got a whole bunch of, groceries, and I painted at a park, and then I watched Cold Mountain, and then I felt like playing my fiddle at 10:30 at night. That movie inspired me to play my fiddle. Then on Monday, instead of, because it was raining, so I didn't plant my flowers, I decided to go shopping instead for my trip to Toronto, so I got a bunch of stuff down there. And then I was supposed to plant, and I was supposed to clean, and I took a nap when I got home. The 26th, Tuesday, back to work, watched Grey's, because Grey's Anatomy, Dr. McDreamy died on there right around the same time Bob's funeral, so I didn't watch any of those. After the one that he died, I'm like, no, I can't deal with it. So I caught up on those, and did that night. And I'm getting a new sink. The general manager is giving me a new sink. Mine's cracked, and a new faucet. And then I got a beautiful quilt from my friend Tammy, who was so sweet to make me a quilt, and I've got it on the back of my couch now. And then I made this decision to go on the vacation that me and Bob wanted to go on the whole entire time we were together. We wanted to go see Teddy Roosevelt Park, go to Mount Rushmore, see my cousins up in East Grand Forks, Minnesota, and then start traveling across the state. And where we wanted to end up was at Little Bighorn, and with all the the cowboy stuff, and I was going to paint all that way, and Bob was going to take pictures. But something always came up. It was money or health or other things that we were going to do for the vacation. And car problems, would our car make it? So we never did it, and I feel really bad about that, and I wish that he would have been able to see it, but I'm going to go on that next year, and I'm going to go on every single year as long as I can. I'm going to go on a big vacation like what we have talked about and go and paint my way, you know, wherever I may end up. No sleep again, red eyes. Shane came, I wanted to start yoga, but then I noticed that the DirecTV guy, I thought did not change, hook back up my DVR. So the general manager came over to do that. And it was hooked up. I just had to be taught how to use the dang remote. So here we go. And he offered me, gave him a Lazy Boy, a very expensive leather Lazy Boy that massages, heats up, because my chair is broke of Bob's. It's one of those lift chairs that have and I don't really need the lift part, but sometimes I do. So it's broke, and I told him no, that I didn't want that, and I would rather keep Bob's broke chair because I just have issues with getting rid of anything of Bob's right now. And I started doing a few planting, and it was hard to do that because we would both go outside and work on it together. And Bob would haul stuff for me or push pots around with his wheelchair and, you know, do the heavy stuff. That was harder for me to do. So that was hard, just sitting out there by myself and planting. So another first for the year, and I know I'm going to have a whole bunch of them. And it just feels like I'm in a nightmare, and that I'm going to wake up one day and I'm going to say, Bob, you'll never believe what I dreamed. You know, that's what it feels like. It just doesn't feel right. So no sleep, so naturally I had a tearful day. And I figured, I decided that I do need a vacation. No to-do list, no want to-do list, no need to-do list. And I figured I need a vacation for 6 weeks in Hawaii. But am I going to get that? No. And this, you know, I just talk about being powerless over his disease, and he showed me everything. He opened my mind and heart to things I had never experienced, and I was thanking him for that. So my little planting issue made my back hurt, so bed buddy night. This was Friday, and so I didn't do much. I packed up some return boxes, and I packed my art pack, and I had TV night, and guess what I watched? And I had a small individual pizza with a salad. Yesterday I went to town, and I had a bunch of stuff to do. I had to go get pills, go to the bank, go to the post office to mail the boxes. Then I went over to a farmer's market, and I got some homemade bread and some coffee from a friend of mine, and we talked for a while. I gave her the poem and Bob's eulogy, and so I can't wait to have that coffee. It's really, really good. She roasts her own beans. Then I had lunch, and then I painted at a park. Excuse me. Excuse me. Oh. Allergies. I painted at a park. I painted 2 pictures. A lot of times when I'm painting, I'm too impatient to wait for the paint to dry. I paint in watercolors, so then I just switch my scene around and I look another way, and then I paint another picture in another book while this one's drying, and I keep on working on both books. And so that was really nice. And I had to cover my plants and bring all the baskets in. And because it was so windy and cold yesterday, and like there were a whole bunch of people taking pictures of the waves because they were so big, I couldn't leave. Usually when I'm painting, I like to leave, and I'm sitting in the car painting, I like to leave the windows open so that I hear everything, I smell everything, and I can really feel like I'm outdoors. But I couldn't do that yesterday because it was windy and it was just horrible. So I left my windows shut. Well, I tried to play my songs again, and this time I was able to, so I blasted Barry all the way home. So my license plate number, the numbers or letters on my license plate are Copa 1. So there you go. I put it out on Facebook and I said, who wants to ride with me to Toronto? And I didn't get a reply. Oh well. So today I did the rest of my planting, and hopefully I don't have any ticks on me. Oh, I wanted to show you that too. I did all the rest of my planting, and so I'm gonna go to sleep. And it was another beautiful day. I didn't have that many tears, and we're supposed to get another freeze warning tonight. It's June, people. Ugh. But anyway, I wanted to show you this. Yeah, here it is. Here's some washi tape. I don't know if you can see this, but it's got a key and a bee and a crown and a tick on it. There's a tick on the washi tape. Why would somebody make a tick and put it on the washi tape with a crown, you know, and a key? And I could see bees, but a tick, okay, even a dragonfly, that would be all right. But what the heck is up with the tick? Oh, I hate ticks. The first time I ever had a tick on my pants, it wasn't even attached to my skin. I jumped up and down and I screamed, and it was just like I was going to have a heart attack. Ay, caramba. But that was my month. I got through it with no tears. So things are improving, and I'm getting painting done, and I'm just doing what I feel that I have to do, and how I have to do it, and be okay with that. And like I said, I finally slept on Friday night and last night. Hopefully I'll sleep tonight. I don't think I will have a problem. And but who knows, you know, knock on wood. So I hope you enjoyed my video and my Fauxbonichi, and look forward to seeing everyone else's Fauxbonichis. So take care, have a good night. Bye bye.